Most people are still using AI as a basic chat interface, asking a question and waiting for a text response. But the people actually building things have moved out of the browser and moved on to a new tier of AI called autonomous agents. While a standard AI model generates text, an agent independently executes tasks across your software environments. It operates your computer directly, opening files and running programs on your behalf. In this walkthrough, we will set up two distinct workflows using an agent called Codex. First, we will configure a daily background automation to handle a repetitive task. Then, we will direct the agent to build a complete functioning web app from scratch. Before we begin, look at what this process yields: a working application, a pitch deck, and a launch video, all produced without opening a code editor or touching design software. This setup bypasses complex developer tools like terminals or GitHub. You download the Codex app for Mac or Windows and install it just like any other consumer application. The barrier to entry for software creation has shifted. Success no longer requires syntax knowledge. Instead, it depends on your ability to provide the agent with clear, systematic instructions. This is the Codex interface. There are three primary hubs. Projects is where local files live. Plugins connects the agent to external tools, and Automations is where you set up background tasks. That Plugins tab is your bridge. Connected, the agent gains secure access to operate your applications, allowing it to pull data from your Gmail account or assemble files in your Canva workspace. Let's configure an automation. We create a new task and tell the agent, check Gmail daily at 9 a.m., find the latest AI newsletter, extract the key points, and compile a summary. This flowchart illustrates how the agent processes that instruction. At 9 a.m., it pulls text from the email, runs the data through its processing node to summarize the contents, and formats those insights into a presentation deck in Canva. By handing off repeating weekly jobs to an agent, you reclaim hours of manual labor. The system runs in the background without needing your active oversight. Now let's move to the app build. The concept is an offline networking application designed to match founders in major cities like Bangalore and San Francisco with local events. When you initiate a project, Codex asks for permissions. Default pauses work for human review, auto review only stops for major actions like passwords, and full access lets it run completely unhindered. We select full access for this build. Notice how the agent responds. Instead of generating random code, it acts like a product manager. It pauses to ask clarifying questions. Who is the target user? Where does data come from? And what is the brand name? To design the screens, the agent relies on a framework called MCP, or Model Context Protocol. This protocol grants the AI the ability to physically operate other desktop applications on your machine. Watch the cursor closely. The agent has taken control of a design tool called Paper, drawing the interface completely on its own. It drafts the hero section, the buttons, and the marketplace layouts live, with zero human input. Mastering complex design software is no longer a prerequisite. You only need to know how to direct the agent that operates the tools for you. With the design complete, we transition to development using Plan Mode. This feature forces the agent to map out the entire application architecture, securing your approval before it writes a single line of code. If you realize mid-build that the project is getting too large, you use the steer function. This lets you tell the agent to limit the scope to just the first 4 screens, adjusting the build on the fly without breaking its current process. You also don't need to read syntax to make edits. To swap the AI provider for a cheaper alternative, simply click the line of code and leave a plain English comment telling the agent what to change. It reads the note and rewrites the syntax for you. Once the code is compiled, the agent automatically transitions into a testing phase. It runs the application simultaneously across simulated desktop and mobile environments. The agent detects a UI bug, forcing a desktop width onto the mobile screen, causing an overlapping layout. It stops testing, drafts a fix, deploys the update, and retests. 20 seconds later, the bug is caught, fixed, and verified. This self-healing development cycle removes the traditional bottleneck of manual QA testing. The agent catches and corrects its own mistakes. While the main thread verifies code, we introduce multitasking using a feature called Fork into Local. This duplicates your chat context into an independent parallel workspace. As you can see in this timeline, one thread continues to compile your application code in the background, while the newly forked thread stands ready for a completely different set of instructions. Here, we instruct the agent to review the completed app and generate 2 new assets, a localized slide deck to pitch to potential sponsors, and an 8-second animated promotional video. By forking the environment, one person can simultaneously operate parallel engineering and marketing departments. This interface shows the final result of the build. We open the live application and execute a search query for local networking events. The user journey is fully operational. We select an event from the populated list, pull up the registration form, fill in our details, and submit the request. At the same time, the parallel thread delivers the marketing assets. The slide deck returns with a professional structure, and the promotional video is fully rendered with sharp motion graphics. Developing a product now requires managing AI logic, rather than managing a technical team or an engineering budget. AI moves fast, and missing a week of updates sets your workflow back a month. Start using agentic tools immediately to avoid professional stagnation. And when you are ready to explore alternative platforms, check out our next module on Monis AI.